Good morning, Barstow. I'm Nora Larson.
And I'm Susanna King. Nora, how do you feel about the Chiefs game last night?
Really, really good. I'm really happy that we were able to take home the AFC Championship yet again.
Me too. It's really awesome that we'll get to play in the Super Bowl in a couple weeks. Well, that is all very exciting, but we also have a great episode of BTVN coming up after the intro.
To start us off with some announcements, this past weekend the middle school had an amazing performance of Alice in Wonderland Jr. Congrats to all on the show.
Seniors, please make sure to fill out the graduation cap and gown form from Mrs. Barstow as soon as possible if you have not already.
This week, the counselors will be hosting events in conjunction with Johnson County Mental Health to further conversations about stress and anxiety. Tuesday, January 26th at noon, there will be a call for middle school students, and Thursday, January 28th at noon, there will also be another Zoom call for high school students. On Thursday at 7 p.m., there will be a call for parents to discuss suicide prevention and awareness with Lori Koldeshmuk.
Thursday, February 25th from 7 to 8 p.m. will be the annual Barstow auction, Wheel of Barstow. Tickets go on sale on February 8th for this exciting virtual event.
In sports news, Friday, both girls and boys basketball played Van Horn. The girls had an outstanding win at 69-24, but the boys team lost a tough game at 61-72.
Hey Nora, speaking of basketball, did you hear that Jordy caught up with alum Jacob Gilliard about his college basketball experience?
Jacob Gilliard? That's so cool. Let's check it out.
I'm Jacob Gilliard. I graduated from Barstow in 2017. I'm currently a senior at the University of Richmond. As long as I can remember, I've been playing basketball. My older siblings played basketball growing up, so I was kind of always inspired by them, like seeing them play, and I felt like it was just kind of something in the family.
How did your experience playing high school basketball at Barstow shape the way you play?
Coach Thomas really helped me out a lot with it. Just being able to play around so many good players, from the time I was a freshman to the time I was a senior, kind of just turned me to the player I am today. Coach Thomas challenged me every day and kind of just led me to who I am now.
What is it like playing college basketball?
It's fun, but it's also hard. It's a lot of work. A lot of people see just the wins, but there's a lot of days where you wake up feeling like you don't really want to practice, or you don't want to go lift, or you don't want to go to class, and you got to go to class. So it's a lot of work. But I think the goal in mind is to make the tournament, to win games and stuff like that. I think I'm unique, just because I think I'm one of the smarter players in the NCAA. I think every time I step on the court, I feel like I'm one of the more intelligent basketball players that I'm going to see out there.
Where would you like to be in basketball? Would you like to play overseas or in the NBA?
I think the NBA is for sure the first goal. Obviously, it's extremely difficult. But yeah, as much money as you can make playing, I feel like that's the goal. So if it takes me overseas, or if it's here in the United States, whatever it may be, just to get to do what I love to do, and get paid for it would be, dope for sure. Looking back on basketball and just kind of my life growing up and who I am now and all the places that it's taken me, it's allowed me to have a lot of different relationships and bonds with people that I think without basketball I wouldn't have been able to have. So I think that's what's really special about it. I think when I was at Barstow, my time was kind of just like focused on basketball for sure. I think Barstow really prepared me well academically for when I got here. It's kind of similar, like Richmond's a pretty small school, so I kind of have like the interactions with professors similar to how I did at Barstow, kind of like personally and one-on-one type of deal, which is, I just think personally the two just mesh perfectly, like me being at Barstow and then me being here. So just thank you to the Barstow, the staff, and the entire school itself.
That was awesome. Thanks, Jordy. I love how a Barstow student now was able to connect with alumni like that and check in on how he's doing. Speaking of Barstow students working together, Solomon Holmes made a collaborative piece with Beeline staff reporter Fazan Khalid.
I was reading a Beeline article about the Great Conjunction, and I wondered how the author of the article found out about it. So I set up a Zoom call and asked him.
For a long period of time, like ever since middle school and 6th grade, I have always had an interest for astronomical sciences and the cosmos, and I've written multiple Beeline pieces about space-related concepts such as like the Great Attractor, SpaceX, Elon Musk. So beginning in around 6th grade, I started to develop this interest where I would go out with my family and we would watch meteor showers and so I've always had an appreciation for the cosmos.
I also wanted to know what research he did.
Yeah, so from my researching, I learned that this was a very rare event and basically a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So for those who avail this opportunity, I'd love it for you. From this experience of writing the article, I learned that I just learned about like the different ways that our orbit takes place in our solar system. The fact that Jupiter and Saturn only come in close alignment once every like few centuries. The last time anything like this has occurred was around 800 years ago in the year 1226. So it really just brought to light the idea of how insignificant planet Earth is and how complicated the solar system can be. On the night of the 21st, it happened about an hour after sunset, and it was really interesting because scientists kind of predicted that the conjunction would form this like very bright star that would light up the entire night sky. But whenever I actually went outside, it was just two stars that slowly came together and then just turned into one star and then slowly separated. So it was still very fun to see though.
Hello Barstow, I'm Solomon. We are looking at the Great Conjunction right now, which is where Jupiter is right in front of Saturn. You can actually see Saturn's rings right now, so it's a really incredible moment.
These events like this conjunction are special and unique because in a way they aren't special and unique because there are so many objects in the universe. Interesting things like this happen all the time. For instance, I remember a few years ago, Venus had a transit where it actually crossed in front of the sun. And that's something that happens, every few hundred years. For us at that time, that was incredibly important, rare. But then you start looking at all the other events like that. You get these incredible astronomical events that occur that, allow you to look at the sky. So the light that we saw, say from Jupiter, it takes about 40 minutes for light to get from the sun to Jupiter, and then another 40 minutes from that light to come back. So when we're looking at Jupiter, we're looking we're looking at light that came from the sun 80 minutes ago. Double all that for Saturn. So it's just really an amazing thing when you look at any kind of astronomical event.
That was really fascinating. I now have lots of new perspective. With that being said, that's all we have for you today, Barstow. I'm Nora.
And I'm Susanna. See you next time.